Hello, I'm Jeff Siegel. Welcome to SantaAnita.com and welcome to our Santa Anita analysis for the Saturday program. We are going to pass the first race because it looks like we have another short price standout to kick things off. Number 4 in your program is Toko Betsu. This is a Bob Baffert trained maiden, 3-year-old colt by Congaree, who flashed pretty good promise in his only start, finished second, has come back to work extremely well, and he is 4-5 on the morning line. So you don't need me to tell you that he is the logical winner of the first, but at odds on the morning line, it's obviously going to be no value, and I really don't see any reason to play this race. So we're going to pass the first race. Lots of action throughout the day, though, so we can sit out and pass the first and start our play in race number 2. Second race is a 6 furlong claiming event. These are 3-year-olds in for $25,000, and I'm going to use 2 horses here to start our rolling exotics. You can play them both in an exacta box if you would like. We're talking about numbers 3 and 5 on your program. Number 3 is a Stormin' Proud Papa, and number 5 is the Phenom. So 3 and 5 if you're playing an exacta box. First off, the claim is a Stormin' Proud Papa for Jeff Bondi. This is a Golden Gate invader who showed pretty good speed up north over the Tapeta. And I always like the synthetic to dirt track angle. And Stormin' Proud Papa could carry his speed better here than up north. This track down here at Santa Anita being very pro-speed, and Stormin' Proud Papa and Victor Espinoza could easily be the speed of the speed. He's dangerous at 9-2 in the morning line. So we'll use number 3, Stormin' Proud Papa, along with number 5, the Phenom, who is obviously has speed as well, and it's a possibility that he could hook up with Stormin' Proud Papa early on, and they might both kill each other off, although from where he's drawn, the Phenom does have the ability to sit, stalk, and then pounce, and if Joe Talamo rides him that way, I think the Phenom might have a better chance of winning, especially if he can use Stormin' Proud Papa as kind of a target. So depending on how the race shapes up, those are the 2, 3 and 5, and I'm going to use them both in my rolling exotics, that being the rolling daily double and the pick 3. Moving now to the third race, mile race. These are maiden 3-year-olds, and number 4, Unix Dali, is making his first start on dirt. He doesn't really have a dirt pedigree at all, and it's anybody's guess how he's going to handle it. Now, he ran well in his only start in England, and then came over here and ran in a maiden race on the grass at Hollywood Park, and actually ran very well, was beaten only ahead, flying fastest of all. He's come back and trained well on the dirt, but training well on the dirt and running well on the dirt for some of these Euro imports are 2 different things. So we're just going to have to keep our fingers crossed that Unix Dali can reproduce his turf form on dirt. And if he does, I think he wins it. It's worth a gamble at 3-1 in the morning line if you can get that. So let's go with number 4, Unix Dali, as our top selection and rolling exotic key in today's third race, number 4, Unix Dali. The fourth race, maiden claiming event, $50,000 tag for 3-year-old fillies. 2 contenders as I see it here, numbers 3 and 6 on your program. Number 3 is Rivers Mambo, and 6 is Gladiatrix. So 3 and 6 if you're playing the exacta, and use them both in your rolling daily double and pick 3, and of course the pick 6 as well if you're playing the pick 6. Rivers Mambo, first time for a tag, you know that angle, straight maiden to maiden 50, huge, and she's been running reasonably well, but not good enough to win, so this drop in class I think is realistic. P-Val riding her back. The Bob Baffert trained number 6 Gladiatrix, I think, is the one to beat. Speed, fade against much tougher straight maiden types, freshened, working well for Baffert, dropping in for the tag and switching to Rafael Bejarano, and she is drawn outside. Rivers Mambo gives her, I think, a little bit of an edge. So she looks like the one to beat, really, and that's the top selection, number 6 Gladiatrix, but we'll use them both in our rolling exotics, numbers 3 and 6, Rivers Mambo and Gladiatrix. The fifth race, a 6 furlong claiming event, fillies and mares 4-year-olds and up, in for 12-5. And we're going to use 2 horses here in an exacta box. They are numbers 2 and 4. Number 2 is Ultra Awesome. 4 is 40 Dates. Use them both in your rolling exotics. Ultra Awesome is a it's a very favorable jockey switch to Joelle Rosario. She's got competitive numbers for Jeff Metz, and at this level, with a class drop, I think she's a solid fit. Number 4, 40 Dates, also should fit with these. She is a very dangerous horse in Marty Jones's barn. I like the way she won her last race. She came from off the pace. I think she can do it again here, perhaps at Santa Anita. Look for her to sit back and then make that run. So Ultra Awesome and 40 Dates, both probably doing their best running from the second flight and making a run. And I think one or both will be tough, and so we'll use them both, and hopefully one will get there in this low-level claimer. That's numbers 2 and 4, Ultra Awesome in 40 days. Sixth race is a turf race down the hill, and I'm looking at number 4, Mr. Tokyo, as a single. Thoroughly genuine and consistent. He really always gives his best. He's got good form down the hill already. He's won on the course in the past. He's coming off a series of very strong races. This drop into the $40,000 ranks is okay as far as I'm concerned. I'm not sure where he'll be, but I don't think he'll be in front, but I don't think he'll be too far back either. Perhaps right in the second flight, ready to pounce. And I think that's exactly how I can win this race. So let's go with number 4, Mr. Tokyo. He's 3-1 on the morning line. Nothing wrong with that. I think he might go a little lower, but that's okay. We'll take the 3-1. Mr. Tokyo as a rolling exotic single in today's sixth race, a 6.5 furlong down the hill claiming event. Seventh race is the San Pasquale. Now, we saw a similar race over in Hollywood in the Native Diver, a race in which Aggie Engineer made the running and kept on going. I don't think he's going to get away with 50-2 and 115 and change splits this time. Probably have to work a little harder in the early part of it. But he is a racehorse, first or second, 10 out of 16 times. He doesn't need to lead to win, but I'm sure that's where he's going to be here. And I don't think he's going to go as slow as he went in the Native Diver, but he does look like the controlling speed, and he continues to train really, really well for Paddy Gallagher. So probably the one to fear most, Aggie Engineer. But Dakota Phone, number 4, who, of course, was the Breeders' Cup Dirt winner and then was beaten as the favorite in the Native Diver, I think he can bounce back. He's training like his old self. Rosario rides him back. I think he'll get a good stalking trip, and I think he'll punch it in. So I'm going to protect using them both. I prefer Dakota Phone. I'll use them both. Like Aggie Engineer, who I respect too much to throw out, and then Dakota Phone. Those are the two that I'm going to use in my rolling exotics. Eighth race, good mile turf race, allowance affair, and we're going to go 2 deep here as well, using numbers 5 and 7. Number 5 is Control Seeker. 7 is San Martino. So use them both capable of winning for sure. Control Seeker, a very good Northern California invader, has figs that make him a solid fit with these at this level. He's very dangerous, making his local debut here for Paddy Gallagher. Gets Gomez, and he has got enough speed to lay either near the lead or from off the pace. He can kick it in. So Control Seeker is dangerous. San Martino is dangerous as well. He's been right there in all of his recent starts. P-Val rides him back for spar, a little bit of freshening, and about a month off, a little over a month. Training well, and he is ready to fire again, so use number 7, San Martino. Maybe slight preference to San Martino, but I'm going to use them both, 5 and 7, Control Seeker and San Martino. Ninth race, maiden claimer for 3-year-old fillies, and this is a rather modest race. That's putting it kindly. I'm going to use 2 horses, and I don't really know if either one of these horses can run, either one of these fillies, but the other ones that have been exposed, we know what they are. Both of the fillies I'm going to use, numbers 2 and 7 on your program. I've only had the one start. Number 2 is Nascent. Number 7 is Whiskers and Rye. I think there's more to give in each sense, so I think they're both worth using. Nascent is 6-1. P-Val rides her back, kind of green in her debut, didn't change leads, was behind the first flight, didn't really punch it in, but I think she's going to be better than that. She has come back and trained well, so I'm looking for a vastly improved performance by number 2, Nascent. And number 7, Whiskers and Rye, tried tougher maiden claiming company at Del Mar in her only start, was a very strong factor to the top of the stretch and kind of faded away. Something must have happened to her. She returns in the easy spots, training well, gets Bejarano. She could easily be much better than that race shows. I think she is, and she also was a very, very attractive 6-1 in the morning line. So a couple of 6-1 shots, a couple of second-time starters, number 2, Nascent, and number 7, Whiskers and Rye. We're going to use them both in all of our rolling exotics. You can play them in an exacta box as well. That wraps it up for our Saturday seminar. Best of luck today at Santa Anita. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.